So merits and demerits of ABC, we already know when ABC is useful, when there are multiple products. One product is like this, one product is like this, one product is like this, one product is like this. So when a company is manufacturing such type of complex multiple products, your ABC will give you more accurate product costing. But if a company is manufacturing only one product, but in huge number, then ABC will not give you good result. I mean, it will give you accurate result, but that effort to calculate this driver rate and then calculating activity cost is of no use. Then second merit, it helps you identify cost drivers. So examples of cost driver, we just saw setup cost, dispatch cost. So once you know this, at these activity level, you can control that cost. For example, if the dispatch cost per dispatch is going higher, you can further do analysis. Why it is going higher? Can I do something else to bring this dispatch cost down? In traditional overhead costing, that is not possible. Okay? Then it improves decision making. Yeah, the same example, when we thought of dispatch cost, how we can reduce this, can we outsource it, can I use different technology? So all this will help you in making right decision, and this is useful in complex production environment. Demerits of ABC. So one problem we solved, it takes time. So first you have to identify activity, then you have to identify driver, then you have to identify rate for the driver, then you have to find out activity cost, then this you have to add to your prime cost, and you can then derive per unit cost. So this is time consuming and it is costly. So unless there is a complex environment, this should not be used. Second demerit, it is not relevant for simple businesses. Simple businesses, only one or two product and they are mass producing that. So for such businesses, they don't want to measure activities because there are only one or two product. Everything is absorbed by that product only. So you do traditional costing or ABC costing, finally that same cost will go to that one product. So it is not relevant for simple businesses. Relies heavily on estimates. So sometimes the cost drivers, whatever we are calculating, and the cost we are calculating for that, in your examination they will give you the activity cost pool. But in the business, someone has to calculate that activity cost pool. For example, for dispatch, total how much I am incurring. So if they don't have a system, then it relies on estimates. So if you are estimating at the beginning only, your driver rate is also an estimate. So your overhead is also will be an estimate only. So this maybe there are chances that it also can be inaccurate. So that is a demerit. Then resistance to change. So all this time in the company, they were doing traditional costing method. Suddenly you say, no, we will do from activity based costing. So each activity should have some driver rate, calculate that. Company, it is very difficult to change such things. So such policy, people will find 100 reasons of not doing it. So it is not easy to bring this change. So that is a, you can say, non-quantitative, it's a qualitative demerit. So this is a subjective. So this you can get like a 5 mark or 4 mark. What are the merits and demerits? So once you know the basic concept, you will be able to understand it fairly. So I know traditional, simple, one product, easy. ABC, non-traditional, complex, but accurate, it takes more time. So with this you can answer this question. So we have a problem here, illustration 6. We'll read the problem. Your cost controller is not happy with the existing system of charging overhead to its product A and B. You have been newly appointed as management accountant of the company and you are asked to implement ABC for allocation of overhead to the products. You have identified the following activities, budgeted cost and activity consumption cost drivers as follows. So let us see what all been given. Activities, 4 activities are there, and there is budgeted cost. These are nothing but your activity cost pools. And also they have given what are the drivers. So for engineering it is hours, setup is usually number of setups, then machine hour, number of packing order. So I know these two. You have also gathered the following operating data pertaining to each of its products. So what is this? You have also gathered the following operating data pertaining to each of its products. So what is this? Activity driver, how many times they are using product A and B. That detail is there in the table. What is important right now? To calculate your activity driver rate. So I need these totals first. So what is my first step? I have to identify activity, but problem already has activities identified. Second, calculate activity cost pools. That is also done. This is the second step. Third step is activity cost drivers. So drivers are also identified. Next is driver rate. So driver rate I have to calculate. Activity cost driver rate. I have to take the total cost of that activity divide by the total number of times that activity is done. So in this case, this is going to be 1,25,000, which is here, divided by total of hours available. So divide by 12,500. So that is 10 per hour you will get. Similarly, setups. So I will divide 3 lakh rupees by number of setup is 300. So this will give me 1000 rupees per setup. Next is machine operation, 15 lakh divided by 1.5 lakh. So again this will also give me 10 per machine hour. So you have to pay attention to the unit here. See, in the driver rate always it is some rupee per that activity. So per hour, per setup, per machine hour, this is important. Then packing. Packing you have 75,000 divided by 15,000 number of packing order. So 15,000 you will get 5 per packing order. This is your first step already done. Next what you have to do, product A and B, how many times they are using this activity. So I will write my driver rate here. Engineering hour, it is 10. Number of setups, 1000. Then machine hour, 10. Number of packing order, 5. Now I have to multiply for product A, activity cost, A and B. So for A, it will be 10 into 5,000. So this will be 50,000. Then number of setup will be 1000 into 200. So this will be 2 lakh. Then machine hour, 50,000 hours into 10, 5 lakh. Third will be 5,000 into 5, 25,000. Similarly for B, 7,500 into 10, 75,000. 100 into 1000, 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 10, 10 lakh. 10,000 into 5, 50,000. So I will total both of them. So total for 1 will be 5 plus 7, 7.5, 775. 7,75,000. For B it is 10, 11, 12.25. So if I total this, I will get this overhead cost only, total overhead cost. 1225 plus 775 is 20. So total is going to be 20,000, 20 lakh only. Now I have divided them based on the activities. That's all. Now next what I have to do? I have to divide it by number of units. So divide by number of units. So how many units of A and B are there? Actually in this question they have not given number of units. Can you check whether they have given the number of units somewhere? Correct. So the number of units are missing. But in the answer it is taken as 5,000 units and 20,000 units for A and B. So with this you can now calculate what is the cost per unit. This is the overhead cost per unit. So 775 divided by 5,000 you will get 155. Similarly 12,25,000 divided by 20,000 you will get 61.25. So this problem does not add any prime cost, material cost or labor cost. So whatever cost per unit you have got, this is the overhead cost per unit. So this is not the total cost per unit. So the problem is asking only this much.